TV16. My name is Pep Fernandez, and this is the Inland Sports Show. Our promise to you in the IE is to talk high school football on every single show, and we've got a huge show tonight. We got a lot of live guests. We've got a lot of high school football. We're going to touch on some California Baptist men's basketball, California Baptist water polo. We got a jam-packed show, but right now we're taking you straight out live to Jurupa Hills High School. Undefeated Citos Marinez and the Spartans right now at 7-0. Hey, Coach Marinez. Hey, first off, congratulations on the fantastic start. But things are really going to get tough the next couple of weeks. But first, before we get to the matchup with San Gorgonio, talk about the 7-0 start. First time you guys have been undefeated in school history this far into the season.
You know, we had to beat multiple teams. We had a tough game. The first game, because it was a big rivalry game, had the whole city out against Fontana, and we were able to get it done. Then went to Arlington, and that was kind of the game where everything went wrong. Our headphones weren't working. We were late on the bus, and we had a ton of penalties, but we found a way. You know, and that's kind of what I could give these guys credit for, is they have won multiple styles of football game, teams that run the ball, teams that throw the ball. So we feel like our non-league schedule and our first couple league games are going to get us ready for Friday night.
Well, Coach, at 7-0, I know this team probably has a lot of confidence, but you're going up against San Gorgonio, who, if you just look at the last several years in the San Andreas League, obviously San G's kind of been that team to beat, even though Eisenhower won the SAL last season. But when you go into this matchup against San Gorgonio, you must feel like you guys have a fighting chance against the other Spartans, right?
Yeah, for sure. The thing I love about playing teams like this is it requires you to be your best. You know, so we know that we got to be our best. We're preparing our best. We know that we got to play our best. We got to be smart. We got to not get emotional. We got to be able to make good decisions in an emotional environment. So we look forward to this, and we know that this is going to be a chance for us to show everybody how good a football team we are.
We're joined by Jurupa Hills head football coach Citos Marinez. And, Coach, when you look at even the CIF Southern Section playoff divisions, you guys are ranked very, very high. I think number 3 right now in your division. Do you keep an eye on those playoff polls right now?
For sure. And before every game, we notify the kids, too. So we know that it's the number 3 team in Division 12 versus the number 8 team, or the number 3 team in Division 8. So, it's top 5 teams in 2 competitive divisions. So not only are we looking to make a statement, we're also looking to represent and show how good Division 12 football is as well.
Well, Coach, I can hear practice going on in the background. How have you guys looked this week? Do you feel like you're dialed in and focused and sharp and ready for that big matchup with San G?
These are the kinds of weeks for a coach. It's not difficult to get these kids motivated. I'll tell you right now, they just did in class right now. It was SAT day. Everybody was taking SATs for 4 hours, and now we get a chance to come out here and continue to think, continue to make decisions in a different kind of environment. So we've talked about being great decision makers when it came to those multiple choice tests in the classroom right now. Give me what was your go-to letter when you didn't know the answer? Because I was a C guy, C for Citos. What was your letter? Hey,
Coach, before you even said that, I was thinking about it, and the first letter that popped in my head was C for whatever reason it was. No lie.
There you go. So, yeah, they had to make, they had a tough day making a lot of choices on a written test. Now we get to make some physical tests, and then on Friday it'll be decision making in an emotional environment.
Hey, Coach, I know these young guys, they can handle a lot, but that must be kind of a stressful week, though. You got SATs. You've got, up to this point, your biggest game of the season against San Gorgonio. There's a lot going on out there at Jurupa Hills this week.
Hey, we want to be great in multiple environments. We talk about that all the time. We want to be champions in the weight room, champions in the library, during study hall, and of course champions on the field as well. So we look forward to the challenge. That's the kind of team that we are. It's the kind of men that we try to build in the program, and there's no excuses to be made. That's a part of it. We're trying to create men who are good in multiple roles, that are good fathers, that are good husbands, and are good in the community as well.
Well, Coach, let's wrap it up with this. Let's do a little name dropping real quick, because there's a couple guys that we're familiar with. Trayton Cooper, he's a stud. But who are some of the guys that have made Jurupa Hills go this season? Who are the guys, your playmakers, that have done it through the first 7 games and you expect to shine again on Friday night against San Gorgonio?
Yeah, Davion Gambo is one of our other playmakers. He's got multiple touchdowns. He's double digits in touchdowns right now. He's 12 touchdowns, broke the school record. And then, we got our returning All-CIF player, which is Miguel Rodriguez, another good football player that plays a big role for us on offense and defense. And then we got our hammer, William English. He runs the ball for us and kind of, he's like our closer if you go to a pitching or a baseball analogy. And then he comes off the edge on defense as well, And we got freshmen like Brian Calderon who play offense and defense. And we got another freshman named Cameron Taylor who's made some big plays, caught a big screen for us. You actually got that name wrong, man. You called him Trey on the highlights, and everybody was giving him a little runaround. So Trey did make 4 touchdowns, but that one play was Cam. So that's all right, Pep. I'll get you off the hook on that one.
You know what it is? Because usually I don't have things typed out. I usually have it chicken scratch, and I probably wrote it really fast with my pencil, and I just glanced at it. My bad. Trey Cooper. He's my guy, though. That's my guy.
Oh, we loved it. We sent it to his mom and his grandma. That was the big quote. Trey and Cooper is good at football. That was nice. I'll give you credit on that one.
He is. I didn't have to go too far out on a limb on that one. But, hey, hopefully we'll be saying his name a lot come Friday night when you guys play San Gorgonio. Coach, we always appreciate the time. You're one of our favorites. And I will remember to tell even my own kids to always pick C on a multiple choice test, right?
It's got to be that way, my man.
Coach Marinez, you're the best. Hey, good luck on Friday, everyone. That's Jurupa Hills head football coach Citos Marinez. Join us live on the show. Thank you, Coach, and we'll let you get back to practice now.
Appreciate it, Pep. Thank you guys for the coverage.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Citos Marinez from Jurupa Hills High School. Getting ready for San Gorgonio come Friday night. And who knew that this was going to be like a study hall tonight on the show, that if you're not sure on a multiple choice, just go with C. In fact, there may be some scientific data to back that up, that maybe more times than not, C is the correct letter. But if you're studying right now for a big test and you don't know the answer, just say the Inland Sports Show and Coach Marinez said pick C. It's probably a good chance it's correct. Let's go to our Ken's must-see game of the week, and it's not a big surprise. We were just talking about it. It is the game. There's a couple big games this week, a couple of them, but we love this one. Jurupa Hills against San Gorgonio Friday night in Dino City, San Bernardino. San Gorgonio, a reigning CIF Southern Section champion, going up against undefeated Jurupa Hills, a perfect 7-0, led by Trey Cooper, and he is good at football. What's also interesting is there's only 3 undefeated teams left in the Inland Empire, and at least in our inland sports coverage area. And all the 3 teams are in San Bernardino County. It's Jurupa Hills, it's Kaiser, and it's Citrus Valley. Those 3 teams are undefeated in the Inland Empire, but they all have huge games. Kaiser is going up against Summit, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. That is a huge game on Friday. And for Citrus Valley, of course, they're not going to look past their opponent this week, which I believe is Carter. But next Friday, Citrus Valley will play Cajon, and that will be a real battle for Middle Earth. That'll be a huge, huge game next week. Assuming Cajon beats Redlands this week and Carter or Citrus Valley beats Carter, then we've got that huge matchup, that collision course between the Blackhawks and the Cowboys that we've all been wanting all season long. Well, I might have not got his name right on the Friday night show this past week, but I'm going to get it right now. Let's go to our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week, Trayton Cooper. We'll just call him Trey. He's really good at football. He's also our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week. He had 4 touchdowns in that big win against Rim of the World, 34-7. He had 2 on the ground, 2 receiving. He does a little bit of everything, and why not? Coach Marinez just finds a way to get the football in his hands, lets him go and make plays. They got some great players. Gambo on that team as well. But Cooper had a really nice game against the Scots, so we're giving him the game ball. We're giving him the Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week award for lighting it up against a very good Rim of the World team. But that win against Rim kept Jurupa Hills at 7-0, undefeated on the year, and really just amplified this game against San Gorgonio this coming Friday. So congratulations to Trey Cooper, our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the week. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, of course, we've got more high school football to get to. We're also going to check in with California Baptist men's basketball coach Rick Croy. Yes, the Lancers have already started practice. We'll get his thoughts early on with his group all together on the practice floor and what he thinks of their upcoming schedule at CBU. We will be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. We have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this inland empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
Inland Sports.
And if you look at the entire, I love the NFC. If you look at the entire NFC
see, and I was kind of doing the math last night, the Rams would not even be in the playoffs.
Wow.
I know we're only like a third of the season or whatever the math works out to. 24-17 last night. The Steelers get the win against the Chargers. And what's kind of a unique storyline in that game was the third-string quarterback for the Steelers, Devlin Hodges, making his first start, gets the win. And I heard he's famous for being a duck caller. Did you guys hear about that? Going back to these couple first preseason games with Anthony Davis and with LeBron, they've looked really good. Yeah. So this is, if you're a Lakers fan, I'd be a little concerned going into.
They're supposed to be okay.
Yeah, season opener next, I think it's October 22nd against the Clippers, which is huge.
Inland Sports. Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio, live and amplified. It's the Inland Sports Show at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in every single Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. And here we are, week 8 of the high school football season. We're almost to the playoffs, and I know teams are now starting to kind of jockey for position in the league standings. Who's going to win league championships? Who's going to sneak into the playoffs? We still got a lot of high school football to get to, but first things first, I want to say thank you to John Tibbles and everyone in the River Valley League, all the athletic directors there. Mr. Tibbles and all the ADs invited myself and my co-host Jeff Gorham, along with CIF Southern Section Commissioner Rob Wygod and California Baptist men's basketball coach Rick Croy to come on out and speak to the kids about good sportsmanship, winning with integrity, having character, all those pillars of success that the CIF Southern Section likes to preach. In fact, we've got a picture over here of Rick Croy and talking to the kids. And here's the order of events that we had at Jurupa Valley High School for the Sportsmanship Symposium in the River Valley League. Rob Wygod, the CIF Southern Section Commissioner, he went first. And again, going back to winning with character, integrity, all those things that you want to have in a good leader. And then it was Jeff and I, and we kind of ham it up a little bit, right? We had some serious things in there, but we ham it up. And then the home run hitter, the final guy, the cleanup, the main act, was Rick Croy, CBU men's basketball coach. And he always delivers a great, powerful message. After listening to this guy, you just want to run through a brick wall. You'll do anything for him. But he's such a great speaker. He knows how to groom leaders. And I hope all these guys, these student athletes in the River Valley League, really grabbed onto something so they can take it back to their individual teams and make everyone else around them better. And that was one of the great points that Coach Croy was making, that leaders are defined as guys or gals who make their teammates better. And here's another good nugget. Leaders also, and I want to get this right, I'm going to read this verbatim because Coach Croy said it, and I think he grabbed it from one of his mentors. It said, "Bad news first, no surprises." So if you're a good leader, always bring the bad news first, no surprises. So I really like that one too. And those are things that I'm gonna keep. Coach Croy was giving that message to all the student athletes in the River Valley League, but that's something I'm gonna hold on to now because that's a great message. So anyways, great sportsmanship conversation going on at Jurupa Valley High School, but we also had a chance to talk to Coach Croy about this year's team. Yes, they are having official practices now, and the schedule will start the home slate November 5th against Jackson State at CBU, and it's going to be a great home schedule for the Lancers. They've got, I think it's 20 of 31 games at home, so like 2/3 of their schedule this upcoming season will be at the CBU Event Center. You got to check them out. If you have not been to a home game there, it is a hot ticket in town, to say the least. It's packed, it's loud, it's a fun atmosphere. Here's head coach Rick Croy talking about early on what he likes about practice and the schedule for the Lancers.
Inland Sports.
You guys are officially in practice now. The season is right around the corner. What have you liked about your group early on in these real official practices that you've had?
Yeah, I think we've got great leadership. We went on the foreign tour this summer, and we've been able to carry forward some of those lessons. And we've got a great group that loves to compete together every day, and we're trying to use every day to get better. It's been good.
Now, as opposed to last season, your schedule this year is set up really well. A lot of home dates at the event center. Are you excited about what the schedule looks like and who you're going to compete against?
Yeah, first we're excited to compete in front of our fan base. We've got great support in the Inland Empire. on our campus. And then also as a team, as a family, we're excited about the opportunity to compete better at home. We felt like last year we let a few get away, and we want to own our home floor and really represent. So it's an exciting challenge.
Sports.
Big thanks to Coach Croy for always making time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. And a little bit later in the show, we will go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, and we'll check up with CBU men's water polo. Big match coming up for the Lancers as they take on number 2 UCLA this Saturday. But of course, there's always more high school football to get to, right? And right now, let's do our spoiled, slick play of the week. And this was a big one, as it was Norta Vista taking on Hillcrest in River Valley League action. And check this out. It will be Christian Gerardo. The interception here for Norta Vista. That was with the game tied at 20 in the fourth quarter. Courtesy of Riverside TV. They had the game live. Gerardo had not one, but 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter. But that interception right there set up the go-ahead touchdown by Eddie Elaine. So Gerardo with the big defensive play late in the fourth quarter that turned that game around and helped Norta Vista get that big win for first place in the River Valley League. So congratulations to Christian Gerardo out there at Novi, being a ball hawk with a big interception. That is our spoiled, slick play of the week. All right, that game, again, was on Riverside TV last week, so let's take a look at our Boost broadcast schedule coming up for this week on the local gridiron, and you can see we've got some great games, and it all starts with the big show tonight, the Inland Sports Show, 6 o'clock every Wednesday night. Here we go. So we've got Norta Vista against La Sierra, Riverside TV Friday night. Beaumont versus Tahquitz on the old radio dial on KMET 1490 AM. Mitch McClellan and Vinny. No, not Vinny's. This is U of R. It's just Mitch McClellan on the call this Friday night. Sports Weekly Live, all your high school football highlights on IEMG and the IE Media Group YouTube channel. That's Friday night, 11. Saturday night, we've got more football. Saturday, KMET, University of Redlands versus Claremont Mud Script. So that Vinny Fazio will be on that call with Mitch. And Vinny is a alum of Claremont Mud Script. So that's going to be fun. Claremont against U of R, 1 o'clock kickoff. U of R coming off their first loss of the season to Chapman this past weekend. And then more Riverside TV. Saturday night is homecoming for the Riverside Poly Bears. They will battle Lakeside. That's Saturday, 7 o'clock on Riverside TV. No Teen Vision game this week. Johnny's taking his wife out to dinner and then taking the whole family out for ice cream. It's going to be a fun night. No Teen Vision game this week, but they're going to be back with a vengeance in the last couple of weeks. Some big games coming up for Teen Vision TV 16, the final weeks of the regular season. All right, we were talking about that big Novi win against Hillcrest. Ramona also beat Patriot last week in River Valley League play. So what does it mean? It means Novi's in first place. Hillcrest versus Ramona for right now is for second place in the River Valley League. Hillcrest and Ramona will go head-to-head this Friday night. After their big win against Patriot, we had a chance to catch up with Ramona head coach Ken Mashinsky and his star running back, Dante Roby. Roby actually played quarterback and helped Ramona to that big win. So let's hear from the Rams after that big win against Patriot and now setting up a huge showdown against Hillcrest.
Inland Sports.
Okay, first off, Dante, how important was it for you guys to bounce back after that loss last week?
It was very important because not just like the loss, but our QB went down, so someone had to step up big, and this is like a playoff game to us. It's like leading towards the playoff, and it's a playoff win that we need, or a game we need and lead to go to the playoffs.
What went right for you personally? I mean, you were kind of out of your comfort zone at quarterback a little bit.
I just thought about my team. I just had to stay with my team and just keep fighting for them, and it's not all about me. I had to get, not just to put points on the board, but just to move the sticks and just keep melting the clock to rest our defense.
As a team, what did you guys do right?
As a team, what did we do? We played as a team. We played together. We didn't play individually. I didn't play just to score touchdowns. I played for my team, and they played for me.
Awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be a battle. Patriot always plays us tough, but we put the hands in our defense, put the ball in our defense's hands and Dante Roby's, and he really came through, did a great job like he always does.
Inland Sports.
Yeah, so some big games coming up in the River Valley League. Of course, Ramona versus Hillcrest. That will have a huge game in terms of that pecking order in the RVL. And Novi and La Sierra, that's a Riverside TV game. That's a rivalry game. And again, Norte Vista can't look past anyone as Novi's trying to complete that undefeated season in the RVL. I think at least, the very least, we can say there will not be a 5-way tie for first place like they did 2 seasons ago, which we'll probably never, ever see again. That was one of the wackiest things ever. So if Novi can win out, they control their own destiny. They can win the River Valley League Championship, but Ramona versus Hillcrest is another huge game in the RVL coming up on Friday. Speaking of huge games, we talked about Jurupa Hills against San Gorgonio on Friday night. Another one of those marquee matchups is Summit versus Kaiser. That will be in the Sunkiss League, and that is essentially your league championship. It's all lined up for this Friday at A.B. Miller. When we come back, we will hear from Summit head coach Nick Matheny. In fact, I think the Skyhawks should be coming off the practice field right about now. So we'll check in with Coach Matheny, hear about Summit's bid to knock off Kaiser and win that Sunkiss League championship, which they did for so long at Summit High School. Had a great run. Kaiser returned, and can they rip it back? It's going to be a huge game on Friday night. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
What's going on, guys? Coach Bass here. We're here at the new Boost Performance Center here at 500 Harrington Street in Corona, California. We got a bigger space, more room for strength training, speed training, everything our athletes need. We got our student athletes here getting their studying done. So some of the different things we're going to be offering here at the new Boost Performance Center is really focusing on recovery, whether that be physical therapy or active recovery with yoga. We're also going to be offering nutrition classes for the general public. So really taking a more well-rounded approach to fitness for athletes, of course. Come check us out at our new facility. We're going to be opening soon. Can't wait to have you guys here.
Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog. Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified every single Wednesday night at 6 p.m. at Teen Vision TV 16. Johnny Anthony pushing all the buttons, making us look good here. We do appreciate it. And again, one of the finest studios you're going to find in the Inland Empire. All right, we're still talking high school football. We were talking about that Jurupa Hills versus San Gorgonio matchup coming up this Friday in the San Andreas League. A couple other big matchups looming this week. We've got Norco versus Centennial in the land of the Big Eight. That's a big one. San Jacinto versus Hemet. That's a rivalry game there. That one's big. And, of course, Kaiser versus Summit in the Sunkiss League, which is essentially your league championship game, barring something crazy happening in weeks 9 or 10 here in the regular season. Let's check out some of those Kaiser highlights from a week ago as the Kaiser Cats are just simply rolling along. Another win for the Kaiser Cats against Fontana, and Kaiser remains undefeated on the season. Now, when we saw the CIF Southern Section rankings, Kaiser is actually dropped down to number 2 in Division 6. But again, at the end of the day, those rankings won't mean a whole lot as long as you get into the playoffs. If Kaiser wins the league, or even if they finish second, they're probably guaranteed a spot to get into the playoffs. So as long as they keep winning, they're going to finish pretty high in those playoff polls that you get from the CIF Southern Section. But right now, they are undefeated on the season. They will play Summit. Summit with just a single loss on the season. So again, going back to one of these, we don't have a lot of them, but one of these few true league championship games. And here we are in week 8. I know we still got a couple of weeks left of the regular season, but this is as close as you're going to get to a true league championship game. So it's Kaiser versus Summit on Friday night. We're still efforting Summit head coach Nick Matheny. In fact, he's coming in right now. Let me punch him up right now. I think he's on the practice field, and he's going to be joining us here on the show. Hey, Coach, we appreciate you joining us on the show. Can you hit your video button for us real quick, Coach, so we can see your pretty face as well, because you're a good-looking guy.
Coach, for some reason, I can't see you guys.
Okay. Hey, I'm going to call you right back. How about that? I want to see your good-looking face, because I joke with him, but he's a good-looking guy. So let's see. Let's try this one more time with Coach Matheny. Join us live from Summit practice. In fact, I think he's just coming off the practice field right now. I know a lot of high school football teams, they love that Wednesday night practice. And, Coach, just turn your phone sideways for us, because we want to make you you're already a good-looking guy, but we want to make you look your best.
How's it going, man?
Coach, we appreciate you joining us. How was practice tonight? You just came off the practice field.
Yeah, our guys, literally a couple guys are still out there kind of getting a few last things ironed out. So we just got off.
Now, Coach, barring a crazy finish at that San Gorgonio game, you guys would also be undefeated going into this game against Kaiser. But this Kaiser Summit rivalry, it's great, man. It's one of the best that we've got in local football. Are you excited about this challenge that you get with Kaiser on Friday?
Totally. I've been really fortunate in my coaching career as far as being a part of some really good rivalries. Aquinas, Notre Dame, I got a chance to be a part of that for a really long time. And now being a part of this one, the other thing that's really unique about it too is how well we all know each other. I played for a lot of those coaches over there. I played for Coach Cardosi. I believe it was his first year coaching at Fontana. And so really fortunate to be a part of this game, but also fortunate that at the end of the day, there's going to be some respect for each other. And so I feel great about that. And I'm excited for our kids, and I'm excited for their kids. It's good for our city, and it's good for our school district.
Coach, you just brought it up, and that's such a great point that, out there in Fontana, you guys are all connected to some degree. You know Coach Cardosi, Billy Cardosi, really well at Kaiser High School. Does it make it, I don't know if funner is the right word, but, more fun going into a game like that when you're so close to the other coaches and you can compete at another high level with a guy like that?
I'm not really sure how to answer that, to be quite honest with you. A lot of it, I hate playing our friends. I think we'd all rather, not have to play each other. So I'm trying to find a good spot to do this here.
No, you look good.
I think we'd probably not, as far as like playing your friends. No, I don't think so. I always want what's best for them. Coach Cardosi and I have been, friends and colleagues, I guess, for a long time. And so I got nothing respect for them. It's unfortunate that the heated rivalry is against your buddies, but, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I think our kids will play classy. And I think that's probably been a little bit of something we probably both harped on a little bit more than normal. Let's not go out there against our friends, against somebody that we've been friends with for a long time and have respect for and act poorly just because it's a big rivalry game.
That's a great point. In fact, we were just talking earlier about, we were just at a sportsmanship symposium,
Saw that.
Yeah, playing with character and integrity and all those pillars of success that the CIF Southern Section preaches. But Coach, I want to ask you, because we saw you guys a little bit earlier this season a couple times, and I know you've got some young guys. They've really blossomed this year. Is that part of your success, is the young guys really just filling in these spots and just kind of growing on the job?
You know what I think is cool about the young guys being able to get in there? It's just experience they're going to have here for 4 years. To have a quarterback, a freshman quarterback. I mean, we're not talking about a freshman D lineman or something like that. There's a lot on that guy's plate, Marquise Roby. And I feel he's a great kid. He's fun to be around. And so, it's great. Michael Anderson's a freshman. We have Nayati Hendricks, who scored a touchdown this week. I think we played at the Sultana game. We played 6 different sophomores: Jeremiah Beck, Sawane Fakava. So we've got some freshmen, getting in there again, some really valuable playing experience. And like I said, I love those guys, and I think they've really done a good job of gelling with the seniors as well. You see them around campus, and it's not like, oh, here's these guys that are freshmen that are taking our reps or nothing like that. It's not that feeling. This is a great team. I'm really fortunate to have a great coaching staff. We have 4 former head coaches on our coaching staff this season, and they're great friends of mine on top of it. So I think those relationships, personal relationships with the older kids and the younger guys, is a great thing for us.
Hey, Coach, going back to last season, I know it was probably subpar for your standards and what.
Yeah, I was going to give you a hard time, man. I was going to say I thought you lost my phone number, man. I didn't hear from you for a year. But Pep, hey, you're not the only one, buddy.
I'm back though. You guys are winning, and I'm back. But for like a lot of the players and yourself, it must feel gratifying to put in the hard work and have it show this season, and have that win-loss record show how much talent, how much work you guys have put in so far this year.
I'll be honest with you, Pep. I think everybody counted us out. I think we went 5-6, and then you go 4-7, and you lose a heartbreaker in the first round of the playoffs. And I think, sorry, let me get back in the light here. I think people counted us out. I'll be honest with you, and so it's really gratifying, for these seniors to be having the season they're having. We're only, just past the halfway point, and so. Starting in January, when we got back in the weight room, everybody committed that this was going to be different. Whatever it was going to be different. And it took a lot of time. It took a lot of dinners at people's houses and hanging out on the weekends and, coming here at 6 a.m. to build that trust and that relationship. And I really think that our foundation of our program is built on trust. The players trusting each other and the coaches trusting the players, and coaches, the best thing about this program right now is there's no egos here. Everybody just wants to win. You could see it when guys score touchdowns. The senior guys are screaming down the field to congratulate a freshman, or freshmen are screaming down the field to congratulate a senior. So I couldn't ask for much more as far as the culture of our team and our program. And I'm very, very pleased with how far we've come in a year.
Well, Coach, I know it's a long night. I'm going to let you get back to your beautiful family, let you get home, but I will not lose your phone number. In fact, you better watch out.
Don't lose it.
I'm going to start sending you random text messages all the time, just random stuff like, hey, Coach, what are you eating right now?
I'll be looking for your Christmas card, Pat.
You got it. Thank you, Coach Matheny. I appreciate it. Best of luck on Friday.
Hey, and I got to tell you, too, I see the Mike's Fitness equipment in the back. We spent a lot of money there last year, man. They're best in the business.
They're number one.
You got it, brother. Take care, Pat.
Thank you, Coach. That's Coach Matheny at Summit High School. Go enjoy your family, Coach.
Thanks, we'll do.
All right. That's Nick Matheny, the head football coach at Summit High School. And, when you're winning, I guess you just get more calls and text messages, right? I guess that's just how it works. But watch out, Coach Matheny. I am going to just send you random texts. Thanksgiving. Hey, how's it going? Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family. What are you eating? Have you seen the new movie? Whatever. I'm just going to start sending you random texts all the time, so be on the lookout. Let's wrap up this segment with this. It's our Inland Sports football rankings. And I will say this. I don't think, I'd have to consult the Inland Sports supercomputer, but I don't think they've changed since last week. We put them on Instagram. They blew up. Someone hit me up and said, hey, how can Murrieta Valley be ahead of Chaparral? Chaparral beat Murrieta Valley head-to-head. It's just, we're living in weird times right now, guys. I mean, think about it. Hemet beat Citos Hill, and then Beaumont turned around and beat Hemet. So maybe you could make a case that Beaumont should be in the rankings right now. These head-to-head matchups are kind of messing with the rankings right now, but here they are. And we got some big matchups head-to-head coming up in week 8, 9, and 10 of the regular season. So there's still a lot to be changed. San Jacinto is going to play Citos Hill. Citrus Valley is going to play Cajon. We got Centennial versus Norco. What else do we got? We got Heritage against Rancho Verde. We got some big games coming up. So some of this can still change. So we'll find out how this is all going to play out. But again, we just love the rankings. It's something to talk about. We don't take it too seriously. And the supercomputer does what it's going to do. So what it do? Supercomputer is just going to crank out those numbers. So they could change next week. We got big games on Friday. You just saw it. Summit versus Kaiser, Jurupa Hills against San Gorgonio, Norco against Centennial. So again, these last 3 weeks of the regular season are going to be a lot of fun. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, yes, we are going to go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, as we check out with the California Baptist men's water polo team. That's next on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Centennial High School football coach Matt Logan. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taken care of, whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. We have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
So here at the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes, we provide a collegiate experience for our students. They study here, they train here, balancing that student athlete life. And it's a great experience. I recommend for anyone who's serious about their student and athlete life. So because we're a small private school, we're really able to bring a lot of technology to our students. So we're able to provide a lot of what you wouldn't find at your typical public school. We really feel like we're on the cutting edge of education and on sports development as well. So whether it be recovery or just their strength and speed development, you can find it here at the new Boost Performance Center. We're providing everything our athletes need to be the best student athletes they can be.
Riverside. Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. My name is Pep Fernandez. This is the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified every single Wednesday night, streaming live on Twitter and YouTube. And we've got some brainiacs like Johnny and Anthony who are going to actually make this, I think, on Facebook, maybe somewhere else too. So the show is going to be available in a lot of different places. But we do appreciate you taking time out every single Wednesday night to join us here on the Inland Sports Show. Right now, though, let's go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. And it's time to catch up with the California Baptist men's water polo team, coming off a great run at the Lancer Joust tournament this past weekend. And now they got a big one this Saturday on the road at number 2, UCLA. The Lancers, a lot better than what their record indicates. They've played a bunch of the top teams in the entire country, but they're only going to be better for it. Here is head coach Kevin Rosa and one of his star players, Joseph Galligan, as they get ready, as they get ready for UCLA this Saturday. So let's go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, as we catch up with Joseph Galgani and head coach Kevin Rosa, formerly of King High School.
So many good teams. You feel like that's going to pay off in the long run, having played all those high caliber teams, you know, and get that good competition?
Yeah, 100%. I'd rather come out and play like the best teams than just playing like lower level teams, because we come out with those high level teams, we compete, and then if we don't come out on top, we don't come out on top. But it's a good competition for us, and it's a good opportunity for us to learn.
So when you get to the conference schedule, I know you guys are in conference, but when you get to the real meat of it and we're coming down the home stretch, I would feel like playing those top teams in the nation, it's going to pay off, right?
Oh, 100%. Conference is like, you know, it's our thing. We're really looking forward to the conference championships. We're not doing as well as we wanted to in conference right now, but at the end is this conference championships. We're going to come out there and we're going to show them what we got.
Well, Coach, you just touched on it. Digging through your schedule, there was a lot of close games, 1-goal, 2-goal matches, overtime matches. That has to, in the long run, build some confidence and resiliency in this team, right?
I mean, they never quit. So that's the things that we put ourselves in fourth quarters and never quit, put ourselves in positions to win the game. And now we just turn that corner and make the plays in the fourth quarter to win them, and so be good.
And next Saturday, October 19th, you get UCLA. That'll be a fun one. I think in the latest poll, they were number 2 in the country.
Yeah, they're a solid team, so that's good. It's always a fun environment there. They got a beautiful pool deck with pine trees all up above, and so it's exciting to go play there and get another game where we get to test ourselves before say a really big week the week after that, playing Santa Clara at Santa Clara.
I'm super excited. I know the whole team's excited too. We love to go out there. We love to compete, and we love to show them what we're capable of.
Yeah, you got some big matches coming up. You know, just based on what I saw here against Ottawa, obviously a lot of guys got involved. A lot of guys got, you know, in the box score today. Is it good to see some of those guys who have put in the work and get them some pool time?
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, so we've had so many close games. We haven't been able to get some of those bench guys in, so you know, they could have been losing some confidence. So today was nice that they were able to get out there and, you know, play in front of somebody other than the coaches at practice. So they were able to, you know, get in front of their parents and score some goals and do some good things, and see that, hey, they're good players. We're a good team. We just got to go out there and make plays when we need to do that.
I feel like you guys are a lot better than your record indicates. Do you feel that same way?
I agree 100%. Like I said, we played some hard teams in the beginning, and all the games that we lost, we've only lost by 1 or 2, but we're putting in the work, and we're going to come out there and show them what we got.
If you look at our goal differential, say we're definitely stay right there. I can't remember what exactly the one goal record is, but it's not that good. But we're right there. It's just, you know, the mentality of finishing those games off. So if you look at our scores, when we allow the score to get away from us, get high scoring, that's when we normally suffer the losses. When we've been able to play better defense is when we're playing say our style of water polo. All right, so it's sometimes fun to score 15, 16, but not if the other team's scoring 17, 18. So we like the defense in the pool. If we can shut that down and have games around the 10 goal mark, we're probably playing our best water polo at that point in time.
And a big thanks to Coach Kevin Rosa, again, formerly of King High School. I go way back with him. And Joseph Galgani, one of the star players for CBU. Again, very talented team. Now they're getting to the thick of the conference season. But a big one against UCLA this coming Saturday on the road at the number two Bruins. So that was Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. You can check out this segment all season long in only one spot right here, the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to Johnny and Anthony and everybody here at Teen Vision TV 16. We always appreciate what they do for us every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. My name is Pep Fernandez. Jeff Gorham had the night off. In fact, he should be probably on Space Mountain right now, or Pirates of the Caribbean. He's at Disneyland. So if you're watching the show, maybe you're standing in line watching the Inland Sports Show at Disneyland, and you see Big Jeff, take a picture of him. Bonus points for you if you can find Big Jeff at Disneyland tonight. My name's Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.